Hello again and welcome back to our channel. I'm Jonno Leonard and today we're having a look at the Kaabo Wolf Warrior X GT. Now you can see even from the colouring that this really is a baby Wolf King GT. Gone for the gold anodizing, which is a departure from the perhaps more pedestrian black piping that we had on the previous Wolf Warrior X. Still the 10 with the 10-inch wheels. To make it just a bit more maneuverable, a bit more manageable. Keeps the weight down as well. We're looking at all-up weight of 38 kilos on this, which is certainly not flyweight, but isn't in the 50 kilo plus category like the you'll find with the Wolf King. Obviously, the performance isn't in the same category either, but it's still a very, very sprightly scooter, and it's got a lot going for it. It's packing 1100 watts a motor into each wheel, so it's dual drive front and rear. Comes shod with these semi off-road, kind of on-road off-road, semi-chunky tires. I think that's a good compromise because people buying this scooter often looking for something that they can take down a bit of a trail, have a bit of fun off-road, but still well-mounted on-road, and you don't want full-on knobblies for riding on the road. They wear too fast, they're way too noisy, the grip's not great. So these are a nice little crossover combination between the two. Right, powering the motors, what else has it got? There's an upgrade from the previous Wolf Warrior 10X, which is the controllers have grown from 27 amp hours to twin 30 amp hour controllers, and the setup is now a Kaabo sine wave rather than mini motors. We think that's a great move because we did have some reliability issues with the previous Wolf running that mini motor setup, so we're very, very confident. We're now running the same setup in here as you will find in the Mantis King GT, and so far so good, no reliability issues at all, which is exactly what we all want to hear. All right, what's inside the deck? What's the battery? It's a Samsung/LG, could be either cells, but top grade A cells, 28.8 amp hours. Nice big fat battery. Expected range with that. Look, it's going to depend on the weight of the rider and how you ride, but it would be unrealistic to think you're going to get less than perhaps 60 k's, but super flyweight person might get 70, 80. If it's hilly and you're a bigger rider, you might be down in the 40, 50. So that's something that we'd really prefer to consult with you individually on. You tell us how you ride, where you ride, what size rider you are, and we can tailor an estimate of what realistically you're going to get in terms of range. And that goes for pretty much all scooters. That's not a specific comment just to this particular one. Okay, now what's it like when you turn it on? Let's check that out. We have on this model, which is the top model of the Wolf X range, we have a TFT screen. It's a little dinky maybe size-wise. I prefer to see larger, but it is very clear. The display is nice and sharp, and it does contain all the information you need to know what's going on. Now, when we hit the light, oh my God, I hope nobody's epileptic. You can turn the flashing onto steady beam as well, and you do get this extremely colourful Kaabo lighting strip down here. Nice bright tail light as well, so you can see that night riding becomes a considerably safer experience. Super bright on the headlamps as well, and you can have those in flash mode too, which obviously makes you more visible, but does make it harder to see with the lamps on the scooter. All depends on your riding conditions. Let's just turn those lights off for now. Put a little quick demo on the indicators. You do have front and rear. It does flash red and white rather than amber, but that's working with the LEDs that are already built into the scooter. So we have got that as well. Got a nice loud horn also. We're going with the thumb throttle on this model, which is starting to become a bit of a shift. We are starting to see more manufacturers moving towards the thumb throttle. It's for me, it's 50-50. I'm either or, finger, thumb, quite happy with either. But yeah, this one's your thumb, and some people do say that it allows you better modulation. It allows you to keep your fingers free for using the brakes, and there is some logic in that as well. Okay, back to the specifics of the scooter. The deck has grown a little bit in length from the previous incarnation of this scooter, so you have got a little bit more footroom. Don't really have a particularly a kick pad at the back. I'd like to see a more solid angled piece for resting your foot on. This is the top of the bumper here, of the mudguard, sorry, but it is reasonably sturdy, but yeah, still, I don't know. Well, I say that we've got a metal piece in the middle, we've got rubber around the outside, so I guess you can put your foot on that metal piece there, and that should be fine. But personally, I'd rather see a more solid plate. But the deck itself is nice and long. You've got plenty of room for your big feet individuals on there as well. Folding mechanism wise, you've got the C clamps here, which would obviously slide up, and the whole front folds back down, so it does fold to a reasonably compact position. We are still saddled with the wind-up clamp system here. Not my favourite, but it does do the job. Just a little bit fiddly, especially when you've got clamp on either side, so 4 clamps in total. So, but warts and all, we got to take the slightly rougher with the smooth. In the smooth category, we've got patent pending hydraulic front shocks and a C-spring rear. So we're really going for it on the front shocks on this scooter. Again, that does lend itself to its slightly more off-road capabilities as well. What else can we tell you? Top speed, often something we're going to be asked. Now, I've not tested top speed on this one. Going on a factory and the specs, I think we'd be pulling around the 70 k's an hour mark top end. So again, not the world's most high-speed scooter. Then again, 10-inch wheels, and the whole scooter sizing is not a hyper scooter level. So I'd say that would be plenty. And it's with 1100 watt motors, it has got plenty of gallop and go. It's going to get there quick enough as well. So think of this as a scaled down Wolf King. You're not going to go too far wrong. If you're a bigger rider, we are at 120 kilo max weight limit. So you might want to consider stepping up to the Wolf Warrior GT or the Wolf King GT, going for your 11-inch wheel and your significantly larger frame size, bigger motors. If you're sticking in the Kaabo range, there's obviously plenty of scooter options outside of that with competing manufacturers as well. But if we're sticking with Kaabo's options, definitely think of this as a really good all-round scooter for those people seeking a little bit of on-road, a little bit of off-road, nice tough look, robust looking build, good sturdy solid neck there. The whole thing feels really, really well put together. And we say nice job, Kaabo. We do expect to see plenty of these on the roads in New Zealand. And thanks for watching the video. Look forward to seeing you next time.